Everybody to this video. My name is Shepherd's Eagle and I'm gonna talk about a quick run through like how coaching in League of Legends, team coaching especially, works. I'm not talking about the solo queue or the single player coachings or coaches. I'm only talking about team coaching for a pro play team basically, or a clash team or whatever team, but basically for a whole stacked roster for League of Legends. So first point I want to mention is like the difference between an analyst and a coach. By the way, sorry for my voice, I have a little cold, but I think it's not gonna matter too much because I got my coffee going. Sorry for the sounds. So, as I said, that's the first point, difference between coach and an analyst, because that's very, very important and pretty underestimated. And the second point is gonna be the triangle of being a team coach, like how basically you can break being a League of Legends team coach down to a pretty simple point. So why I got the patch notes open, pretty simple. As an analyst, basically this here is just something you eat for breakfast. You know, like this is okay, go through, run through everything, to get everything down and to remember that when you analyze the game for your team, and that's about it. An analyst is purely focused on the game itself. Everything that happens on the Rift, that's the analyst's job. Like play by play, it's about macro, it's about micro skills. Everything that happens within the game, the analyst has to deal with it and to work with a team about in this topic. The coach, on the other hand, he's not purely focused on the game, not at all. 50%, I would say, of a coach's work in League of Legends as a team coach is outside of the game. It's not even about League of Legends as the game itself. It's more about the team and the team atmosphere, how the team works together, how players communicate, do they trust each other, do they feel comfortable, like to really get the, for example, 5 guys close together so they work as well as a team outside of the game as well as inside of the game. So keep that in mind when you think about League of Legends team coaching. The reason why I do this basically is because I want to become a team coach, as I mentioned in earlier videos already, but yeah, I don't want to talk about that too much in this video, because now let's get to the triangle. This is what I call the absolute basic for League of Legends team coaching. Why? You can imagine it like this. Players, of course, have their skills they bring into the team, why they get picked up, mostly, of course. Like if a challenger player in the ladder is picked up by a team, like a pro play team, basically they are looking for how is the player behaving inside of the game. Like not so much about what person is actually behind it. They get that afterwards. Like they look for the plays and then they get to know the person. And then they make a decision on how this player could function within the team, and if possible, they hire him. So what you have to put emphasis on first level is the raw skill, or the skills basically of a player. This is the first thing to notice. But this is mostly the part where the analyst works around, like the individual skills and the team skills. That's the part of the analyst. The coach goes for 2 other things. Second thing is, if you have a team like 5 or even more players, if you have substitutes in it, you have to not only look for skills, because the skills don't they don't result in a good outcome to that the team can perform either on stage, off stage, under pressure, or anything else. So basically what comes in now is communication. That's the second point, which a coach has to work around. Like first the skills, communication second, and then the only part that has to be mentioned as a third is the level of trust, basically. So you have these 3 points as a coach as a team coach to work around the skills, the individual and the team skills, the communication within the team, and or basically between the players, and the level of trust between the players. Because without the trust, you won't have good communication, and without those two, you won't have good skills as a team. Like, you could have the best individual skills as a pro player you could ever imagine. If like the trust and the communication you have with your team is lagging, your skills won't matter. That's basically what you have to emphasize. So you could argue that this is basically the triangle which I was talking about. Sorry for the ugly drawing here, but I think it's clear what I want to point out. This is how a good team composition, like not in the game but outside of the game, for the game, works. If that makes sense. So, cheers. So as a coach, you work around this triangle, and that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm learning about the game, so I can see what skills do the players bring, and maybe which skills do they miss inside of the game. Then I have to work for the trust of the players. Basically, this is something you don't build inside the game. The trust you totally build the trust outside of the game, like with different tasks a team has to accomplish as a whole. You can do whatever you want, like running a marathon, or like helping each other out with some stuff, like cooking together as 5 and everyone has his own task. It's pretty, you can run through everything you want. There are a variety of options, I would call it, to build the level of trust within a team. And then finally the communication comes in, so the triangle gets complete and the team works as a whole, outside of the game and especially inside of the game. Sorry. It's pretty simple, and I would call it like a little bit, yeah, how do you say it in English? Superficial. But it's a good thing to basically show what a coach has to work around. It's not like only the game. It's a lot more than that, and it's a lot about the emotional side of the players, because in the end they are human beings, and human beings are far from perfect. The players mostly are pretty young. That's something you have to keep in mind too when you think about coaching a team and being as a team for a whole lot of a time. Because like pro players in a pro team, they spend a lot of time with each other, mostly all of their time. So yeah, there are a lot of conflicts that can appear. You have to solve as a coach. You have to put focus on different interests from every single individual player. You have to basically invent new practicing routines outside and inside of the game. And you have to work on this triangle. So that's about it for this video. I think it got a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but yeah, I made my point, and I think it's a good start for everyone who wants to understand coaching a little bit deeper. If you have any questions, post in comments below. If you like what I do here, then please subscribe, leave a like. I would really appreciate that, since I need a little help to get started, of course. Like, I can work my ass off, but if no one knows me, that's not gonna happen, of course. So basically, take care, you guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. And tell me if you want to see more like that, like this stuff, or anything else. I will do game analysis too, draft analysis, whatever you wish for is coming on this channel. So hopefully see you next time. Bye.